Must-Have Classics, where we restore history one classic at a time. Welcome back to Must-Have Classics, and welcome back to episode 4 of our Scout build. In today's episode, we're finally going to get this chassis back underneath this body and start building that front end, get everything painted, and start getting this thing ready to get back on the road. First off, we've got to get this body back on here. So we're going to go ahead and do this kind of the same way we got it off. If you've watched that episode, that'll be episode 1 where we got the body ready to come off. Episode 2, we actually got it off. So we've got the inlets here. We'll lift it up. We've got the winch in the back to lift it all up. Hopefully we can get this under here the first try. We may have to pull the wheels off because now it is lifted up more than it was originally. So we'll see how we're going to have to do this, but it shouldn't be any big deal. But let's get this body back on. Well, there we have it. We've got the frame back underneath that body. here we'll start building that front end and getting everything tied down. Everything lines up good. Definitely looks good. A little bit taller with that lift. Definitely can tell now it's going to be a nice Scout when it's done. Well, with the body back on the chassis, we decided to go ahead and stop the video here. We kind of made it a short video, but that's okay. It was a good place to stop. If you'll actually notice, it's been quite a while since we got it back on the chassis. I had a problem with my phone. That's how I used to be recording. It broke in my pocket one day, so we lost a lot of the footage from doing the floors, the quarter, the wheel well, and also getting it on the frame. We're finally getting those videos recovered, so that's why everything's kind of got delayed to upload. We are going to start uploading a lot more frequently on everything that's going on in here. I'll show you around what we got going on in here, just to kind of update, get this channel going a little better. So please subscribe so we can keep in touch with all that. But I'll show you what we got going on here since it's been a few days. First off, if you'll notice, I actually got a lot of the engine put back together and cleaned up and painted, ready to go there. I went ahead and did that. Now, one of the things that a lot of people have been saying about this Scout is that it's not a 77. So I wanted to take a moment to prove that it is a 77 and also explain what's going on with this front end since it's not a disc brake conversion yet. It doesn't have disc brakes on. Now, if you look, the manufacture date is 10/21/1976. So yes, it is a 1977. It makes it a late 76 model, early made it a 1977 year model. Now, I checked the frame. The frame has the exact same VIN number on it, so we do know it is the original frame. However, what I've discovered is on this front end, I noticed when it came in, the steering was a little bit hard. So that's when we were putting it back together, I discovered this. And you'll notice how that's swinging around pretty badly. So what we've discovered is the Scout had to have been wrecked at some point, and what they did is they took a front end from an older Scout, put this front end underneath it, because I'm sure it bent a lot of that, because it bent the steering shaft here. So I'm going to have to replace that or figure out a way to bend it, but I'm probably just going to end up replacing it. That also explains why it has a different front end on it than a 77, and explains a lot more why they did so much they did. It's really not the big of the deal, but yes, it is a 77. I've actually got the disc brake conversion here now, so I want to work on putting that disc brake conversion on next episode, redo the drum rear brakes, put a power brake booster on it, and then finish doing some stuff to the engine, get it running and driving. That'll be in the next episode. So go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to keep tuned with this one. Now, also, we have a few other things going on in this shop. You can kind of tell in the background of what's going on here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some of these other projects we have in here and kind of get your opinion of what you think we should do more videos on and what you want to see us do to some of these. So first off, this here is my 1964 Ford Falcon. It actually is a Futura, but I'm thinking about getting rid of the trim on it. Kind of make it a little bit cleaner. We're not going to have original numbers matching motor in it or anything like that. It's got a 289 in it right now. However, I'm going to get rid of that engine and get a 351 Windsor or maybe even a 351 Cleveland to go in there. Give it a lot more power. It was also originally a 4-lug car. We went and updated that to a 5-lug and put some GT rallies from the late 60s in it. Another project in here, sort of for right now, is this 1964 Pontiac Tempest Convertible. I actually got this car listed for sale. I just kind of wanted to get it down the road, and it's a lot of work. It's got a lot of rust in it. Then we've got this 1954 Ford F100. This belongs to my family. I've got this old Mercury engine sitting in it right now, Y-block, but I think we're going to put a 302 in it. It was actually bought new in this building in 1954. Of course, my Thunderbird. I'm actually going to do a video over this one coming up pretty soon. It may actually be uploaded before this one even gets uploaded. So check it out. Kind of doing an explanation of what it's like to own one of these, and I actually would like to show off this car. This is given to me on my 18th birthday I restored it once, and then I did another paint job on it later. It's getting a little worse for wear now. It's been driven quite a bit. This here is actually Heaven's Mustang. We just took it out for a poker run earlier this weekend, and then it decided to get down to 30 degrees after that. So we got videos of her doing this one, and then we'll get that poker run video. So then moving on over here, this is some of the actual customer cars that we are going to be working on. And this one, next one I'm about to show you, we definitely will have videos up on it because I've already started working on those. This here's 1967 Mercury Cougar. We're going to be doing, it's a full restoration, but we're doing a lot of extra stuff to it. Putting a painless wiring harness in it, putting a 302, but we're putting Holley fuel injection, a Ford AOD, disc brake conversion. The color we're doing, I'll actually save it till later. It's a really pretty color that we're going to do. We're going to do color match bumpers and all that. I've already had to put floors in it. It's kind of hard to see it. The floors were rusted out pretty bad. This car actually did Hot Rod Power Tour in 2004 and 2005, I believe. And then it got parked and my customer ended up with it. Then I got an 80 El Camino over here. There might be a video of this one when I get done with it, but probably not. It's a quick little job. Doing some body work on it. Actually ended up putting up in a ZZ4 350 in it earlier last week. And then this here is a 65 Mustang, a little dusty over here, that I've just about got finished up. And we'll do a reveal video on this one. And get it out, get it back on the road. It's been parked for a long time. And we did the paint on it and a lot of motor updates on it. The next one I'm going to show you is actually my favorite thing that I own. My T-Bird's a close second to it. But this is kind of my baby. I've actually had this since I was 12 years old. It's the first thing I ever restored. And I'm going to do a video over it just because not many people have videos of these out and not the kind of way I want to do a video on it. But this here's my 1946 Cushman step through. It actually has an 8 horsepower Cushman Husky engine from an Eagle. This here's kind of my baby. I'm not going to show you much more on it until we get it out and actually get to do a nice video on it, but we will in the future. And then the MG is sitting here just waiting to get finished up and get to interior. So that'll do it for today's episode. This last little part was a little bit longer, but just want to give a shop update of everything going on. So if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment, tell us what you want to see us do to some of these other cars. I'd always like to hear it. And know that we'll start uploading a little bit faster since we finally got a new camera, a new system, and able to do it a lot better. But that'll go ahead and do it. Also check us out on Instagram, Must Have Classics. And check us out on Facebook now at Must Have Classics Ralls, R-A-L-L-S. And we'll see you back the next time. And remember, get these classics out and enjoy them as much as you can. Thanks. Welcome back to Must Have Classics and welcome back to episode 4 of our Scout build. Today's episode, we are finally going to get this thing back under the chassis. Or back, yeah, let's go.